Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Thursday, May 4th of 2023, and we are convening a session of the Philadelphia Tax Review Board. My name is Melissa Andre, and I'm the executive director here. I am bound to tell everyone that they must please be aware that this is a public hearing and it is being recorded. Because the meeting is public, participants and viewers have no expectation of privacy, and by continuing to be in this meeting, you are consenting to being recorded. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Marge. At this time, I do want to note that we have Nancy Cameron, board chair, as well as board members Dominique Ward, George Matthews, and Paula Weiss. So at this time, Nancy, can you, we can convene the session.
Very good, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. As has been indicated, this is the Tax Review Board hearing for May 4th, 2023. I'm going to turn to the agenda and identify a couple of withdrawals. Item number 5 on our agenda for RKP Property Management, last 4 digits of the docket 9733, has been withdrawn. Also, item number 6 for 1901 Market Street LLC, last 4 digits of the docket 9468, has been withdrawn. The first item we're going to take on our agenda is actually item number 4 for Mohammed Vedian. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Last 4 digits of the docket 4703. The property address here is 414 East Penn Street. Yeah. Having a little trouble reading the listing because of some shadowing in my office. Excuse me for that. Please identify yourself for the record.
Yes, Suchuddin Muhammad.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth with everything that comes before the board?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Who has this matter for the city?
Florence Rillo for the city of Philadelphia.
Okay.
And I have Ms. Dillon, who will be reading the numbers into the record.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Let's get Ms. Dillon identified and sworn.
Good afternoon, Marge Dillon with the City Audit Department.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth with everything that comes before the board?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. I understand you have the numbers for the record.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you read them into the record, please?
We have from years 2006 through 2022. Principal $61,964.33. Penalty $3,598. Interest $24,802.12. Liens and legal fees $15,880. Totaling $106,245.56.
Okay, thank you very much. Does the city have any opening comments?
Before we get into that, I do want to interject that the petitioner has indicated to the board through a letter that was received earlier today that he's wishing to get a continuance. I don't want to put words in your mouth, sir. So why don't you explain to the board what you're looking for today?
Yes, well, I was looking to get a continuance because we had our attorney. We had some problems with our 501c3, so we refiled the 501c3. And so we were coming in today to try to get a continuance. He was out of town to try to see if we could probably have him come and probably present it and bring the evidence, the new evidence that he has now.
Had you discussed this at all, or had your attorney discussed this at all with the city's law department?
I believe if not with the law department, I believe with GRB.
So this is the city's case. I haven't heard of this before, but I don't have an objection because the taxes are very high. And it's also, I noticed that this property is owned by Belfield Community Development. So if there is an attorney that is going to represent them, I mean, I don't have an objection for a short continuance.
Good afternoon, if I may. I'm Allison Gast. I'm here from GRB Law. I would just note, I would defer to the city on this matter, that I would just note that it has been continued a number of times before the master to produce evidence of the 501c, and it has never been produced.
Okay, if I may say, the last time we did bring in the evidence that it was good in the state and all, and the lawyer got involved in it, and he refiled our 501c3 through the federal government.
Do you have a copy with you today, sir?
No, man, I don't have a copy. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was trying to get it continued to have the lawyer present it and come in.
Approximately, can you tell me when did you file that?
I believe,
Filing for the
Yeah.
501c3.
I believe we've been working on this with the attorney since January, February.
Of this year?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this petition was originally filed in 2020, from what I can see in the records that I have seen.
Right. So when they asked us the last time we were here, they asked us to present it. We said we were going to refile it. Okay. And so we had the attorney on record did refile the paperwork and all. And right now we just got wind that we were supposed to be here today. We just got that yesterday. So this is the first time that we heard about it. We just got wind that we were supposed to be here today at 2 o'clock.
This was scheduled
anybody
sometime
can-
before yesterday, so I'm surprised.
Yeah, I just got it yesterday. I just got the letter yesterday that we were supposed to be here today at 2.
I think Ms. Rillo wants to say something.
Who is your attorney?
Michael.
Who is the community development's attorney?
Right, Michael Ahern,
I'm sorry,
Can you
who?
spell that last name?
Adherne.
And do you have his contact information?
No, I don't have it with me, no, man.
Okay.
I mean, we can get it. I don't have it with me, though. I just came down here. I called in, faxed in a letter, tried to get the continuance, and I was informed, no, I think you better come down here today. So I just came down here 15 minutes ago.
Mr.
And
Mohammed,
when did you retain counsel?
I'm sorry.
When did you retain counsel?
We probably, let me see, return counsel, probably, I believe, in January.
So between January and May of this year, your counsel has not spoken to the city's attorney or made any efforts to try to get this resolved prior to today's hearing?
I'm almost sure he did. I know he talked to GRB for sure. I think to Mr. Baker over in GRB, but he did talk to GRB, and I thought he talked to the city as well.
Representative for GRB, can you confirm that?
No, I cannot. I have no notes indicating that Mr. Baker was ever contacted. And if it would help, I can provide my notes on the history of this case as far as GRB knows it.
Well, if I can, I'm sorry, but yeah, when Mr. Baker was contacted, because once we hired the attorney, then Mr. Baker told me that he couldn't talk to me anymore. He had to go through our attorney.
Mr. Mohammed, what entity owns this property?
Belfield Community Development Corporation. So, yes, Belfield Community.
What is Belfield Community Development Corporation?
Social services. So we do their anti-violence, GED classes, after-school homework programs, free summer camps, everything there is free.
And how is it funded?
Really through the community. It's a community organization, it's funded through the community. So we haven't really had any grants, anything. It's funded through the community.
And when did it form?
Belfield Community formed, I believe, all the way back, I believe in 2003, 2003, we're having something like that. And what happened is we never received one tax bill from the city at all up until 2 years ago when this case first started. All these years, we never received one tax bill, never received nothing from the city at all, only up until 2 years ago.
Well, I hope you can understand why we're asking these questions and our reluctance here. This has had several continuances.
I know it's been a mess. Believe me, it's been a mess. And I've been here on all of them. But as I stated, prior, we've been almost 20 years. We never received one bill from the city up until 2 years ago when this case first came into court.
Did Belfield, this organization, own this property all those years?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, go ahead.
Well, I just want to put out there that even if you establish that you're a 501c3, that doesn't get rid of any of the principal that is owed for any of these taxes.
And I think that we were aware, I mean, we're aware of that. That's what I'm, to my understanding. And if that's the case, then we're going to just ask the city, please, if they can take everything else off, and we can definitely, we got to deal with the principal. If we have to deal with it, the attorney will advise us and tell us what to do. But I think the interest penalty, all the other fees and everything else, I mean, I don't think it's fair at all, because again, as I stated, how do we just got a bill 2 years ago? Never received one tax bill from the city prior to that.
All right, well, I guess we're not really adjudicating that today till we decide if we're hearing it or granting continuance. Board members, fellow board members?
I mean, personally, I haven't heard anything, especially if there's an attorney involved in this matter. I just don't understand how an attorney would send his client here unrepresented today. And I understand he may have had a conflict, but he should have done the due diligence to reach out to this board or to at least the council from GRB or from the city to, one, alert to his existence, and
Yeah.
two, to at least let us know that he's the attorney of record.
Right, if I
This
may,
matter's been
I'm
out
sorry.
Since 2020, it's 2023. What were you gonna say? I didn't, go ahead.
Yeah, if I may say, really, the attorney doesn't even know I'm here. I just got the letter and found that I was supposed to be here. I called down here, I faxed over for continuance, and they said, no, I think it's at 2 o'clock. I think you should be here. And I just got here 15 minutes ago myself.
Well, what I'm trying to point out more so is that your attorney has been retained since January of this year. That's what you just said, correct?
That's correct. Yes.
At no point has your attorney reached out to the opposing councils on this matter, city or GRB, based on what they're telling us today, to let them know that he exists. Nor have they notified the city, the tax review board to say, hey, I'm the attorney, so they could have received notice on behalf of you. That's a bare minimum essential a part of retaining someone to represent
No,
them.
And
And so that's why I'm just saying it's a bit disheartening that we're 3 years later and there's been nothing produced just far that has moved this matter in any direction towards resolution. What were you going to say?
what I was going to say is that the attorney contacted the attorney Baker over at GRB. And because I called Mr. Baker after that, and he told me he could no longer speak to me because now we had an attorney. So he knows we have an attorney.
Okay, but
The city
you
doesn't
have a
know.
petition pending before the tax review board. You have a matter also pending with the city. There are two other involved parties, GRB aside, that should have been notified that you retained counsel. That's why I asked, when did you retain this counsel?
Right, yes,
It's
ma'am.
5 months into 2023. Somebody should have been notified between the other two people that are involved as well.
Yeah.
Can we do a date certain on this? Melissa, if we were to grant a continuance at this matter, could we do a date certain?
Absolutely. We could probably do the second week of September.
With a must be tried, no further continuance will be granted.
Unknown caller.
Do we need to step back, or can we make that offer or put that in place without stepping aside?
Yeah, can we step back about 2 minutes, please?
Sure.
Okay.
Everyone can just hold tight.
Sorry, have my mic off. Marge or Ms. Cirillo, can you hear me?
Yes.
I am just clarifying my record for the penalty. I have 3,500. Is it 3,590 or 98?
Hold on one second.
Thank you.
3,598.
8. Okay, thank you.
Are we all back?
Yes, we are all back.
Okay, the board has reached a decision. We'd like to have your attorney enter his appearance and to submit within 30 days the 501c3 application information that's been referenced. If that does not come to us in that 30-day period, we would want to have an in-person status probably sometime in July from the attorney to just back this up. We're looking at scheduling a hearing for the case on September 12th. And I think I left something out in terms of the attorney providing a copy of the file. I
No,
think
just the application.
just the application. I'm sorry, I had a note about a copy of the file.
So I'm gonna just recap what our board members said. We're going to grant this continuance for 3 things to happen. Your attorney to enter an appearance here at the TRB, and in that appearance to also submit the application that he submitted for the 501c3 application. And then if we do not receive that, we'll probably have another hearing in July about why that was not submitted or why the attorney did not enter his appearance. But if it is submitted, then we won't need to have that appearance, that hearing. And then we'll have a date certain, September 12th. So that's a date that we will not accept any continuances for. Is all of that clear?
Yes,
Sir?
yes, ma'am. That's fine.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You'll get a letter from us that spells out this decision. You should definitely be sharing that letter with your attorney and with anyone else who needs to be involved in making this go forward. And the points that we've raised here should be reiterated in that letter.
Okay.
Is there anything else that should be added in terms, the letter should be out within the next week and a half? Is that approximately right?
2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay, allowing for time in the mail, which is slower and slower these days. Is there anything else that we need to add at this point? Do the board members concur?
Paula Weiss, I concur.
Dominic Board, I concur.
George Matthews, I concur.
And Nancy Cameradiner, I concur. So you'll get that letter shortly after the 2-week period that we anticipate will be needed to get it out in the mail, and it will confirm all of the things that we've set forth today. And we look forward to hearing the details on this and getting the whole matter resolved. Thank you for coming in on short notice.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I am hesitating here for a little bit of time just to confirm, but I believe that item number 1 is the next item on our agenda. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Item number 1 is for John Parker, last 4 digits of the docket 6894. The property address is 3005 North 22nd Street.
Madam Chairwoman, that was
Yes.
GRB's only matter scheduled before the board today, if I may please be excused.
Oh, certainly. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
And
you.
we'll probably see you in the next few months as that case hopefully moves forward in an expeditious way.
Yes, we can only hope.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a good day, everyone. Take care.
Bye. Have a good day.
Okay. I announced the matter as case number 1, and it's listed for John Parker. If you could identify yourself for the record, and then we can address the situation in terms of this matter going forward.
Yes, my name is Adrian Parker Knapp, last name K-N-A-P-P.
You're not very close to the mic because your voice comes in and out. The microphone is by the computer. So if you would direct.
Is this the?
Yes, it's not by the computer. It's actually sitting on the desk. So just make sure your voice is nice and loud.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
My name is Adrian Parker. I am the daughter of John Parker.
Okay. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth with everything that comes before the board?
I do.
Okay. Who has this matter for the city?
Lawrence Rouleau for the city of Philadelphia.
Do you have anyone testifying with you?
Yes, Ms. Dillon will be reading the numbers into the record.
I'm sorry, I missed part of what you said. Who did you say it would be?
Ms. Dillon?
Oh, okay. It didn't sound like that, so I thought maybe you had someone in addition. She's already been sworn, so I think, right? Yeah, okay. Do you have numbers for us on the record for this item?
Marge, you're on mute.
Okay, we have from 1999 to 2022. Principal, $21,920.36. Penalty, $1,164. Interest, $9,887.41. Liens and legal fees, $4,510.25. Balance of $28,960.63.
Does the city have any other opening comments, or should we be turning to the petitioner?
I don't have any opening comments, but I don't believe that the petitioner that's here. Do you own the property?
The property is actually in my father's name, but can I please say something?
He what? I didn't get the last of what you said.
My father.
Yes, but you said said my father, but he, and then that I didn't get the rest.
No,
of
she
that.
said, can she please say something? So please proceed.
Okay.
Okay, my apologies.
No problem. What I wanted to say is that we have been coming down here for the last few years saying that we are a church. Now, the one young lady on the screen just Xeroxed all the information that I have presented before, a few years back. So this is where we are. I was supposed to make sure that OPA did an inspection. OPA has completed their inspection July of 2022. And right now, as we're in this meeting, everything has gone to the attorney at the Board of Revision of Taxes. Now, I have 7 emails from Vince Bastelli of the Office of Property Assessment saying that we have passed, and now we're just waiting to be scheduled from Board of Revision of Taxes. Finally, this has been going on for a very long time.
So I just want-
When you say scheduled, do you mean scheduled for a hearing?
Yes, that's what I believe, that's the last step. Because we had Tax Review Board, I wrote it down. Tax Review Board, OPA, Law Department, and Board of Revision. So those 4 entities. So now we're at the end. Whew.
Okay, and what are you asking the Board of Revision of Taxes to do?
Well, they're looking at our non-pro-tunc, which I submitted that to the young lady here, but I also have it right here.
So you're looking to be re-characterized, having this building re-characterized as a church?
The church has been a church for over 40 years. I don't know what happened. Okay.
Okay, I just want to interject with a couple of things. Everybody should have received a document from me, including you, Ms. Cirillo, where when I spoke to her, she gave me a packet. I just scanned it over. I just emailed everybody. I want that to be the first thing. And then the second thing, I do want to note that we have multiple listings in this pile of paperwork. And at the last listing, which occurred July 7th of 2022, the board specifically continued this case for the BRT hearing, and that was 6 months.
Yeah.
So I just want to
Yeah.
put that out there.
Yes. So I spoke with Linda Tucci from Board of Revision all week, and I have emails to support it. If you want to see that or whatever. But, and IRS documentation, everything, we have done everything, but then COVID hit, so it put everything on hold or on freeze. So now we're right there. As a matter of fact, the last text I got from, well, it wasn't the last one, but the text I got this week from Vince Bastelli is saying that we should know by Friday, which would be tomorrow, what they're going to do in terms of scheduling. So he's been talking back and forth with Linda Tucci and putting me on the CSIC.
So, Attorney Zerillo, are you aware of any of this?
Ms. Zerillo, your camera is off and you're on mute. Just want to say.
Is she there?
I don't think so. Ms. Zerillo?
She had put her hand up earlier and then went
Now
off.
she's gone. Hold on one moment. Maybe she'll jump back on. Maybe it was something wrong with her computer.
She'd put her hand up and I was going to call on her when that exchange ended and don't see any,
She's not in the meeting anymore, Nancy.
no, she's,
I have phone numbers. Well, I'm sure you all
Well,
have it too.
It's not you. We need to hear from the city on this matter at this
Okay.
point. And we actually need them here to proceed forward with this hearing. So 1 second. Sorry about that.
No problem.
she seemed to wave her hand like she wanted to speak. And now she's disappeared entirely from the Zoom.
Here she comes.
Hi, Ms. Zerillo, did you jump in on your phone?
I think she's frozen.
Oh, goodness.
It's frozen.
Yeah.
I kicked her out in hopes that she might try again.
It looked like she was somewhere other than the city offices from the background when she was on before. There we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Okay, I'm sorry. I had to restart my internet browser.
we thought something like that had happened. We were
Yes,
turning
so
to you
I-
and calling for you and couldn't get to you.
So I did hear, I think most of what the petitioner said. I'm not sure what happened when I wasn't here, but I will say that if the BRT, if she has a nunc-pro-tunc in front of the BRT for all of these back tax years, I think that it really does make sense to see how the BRT rules, because that would really determine the amount of taxes with penalties and interest that would be due.
I agree, and I just wanted to point out, though, that the application for the OPA and BRT hearing, the years are 2010. It looks like maybe to,
No.
or what?
You're
Is-
talking,
Go ahead.
are you saying when we did the application, or you're talking about the taxes?
No, I'm talking about the application. It will be considered for tax year, looks like 2010, maybe to 2020. It's unclear to me what years are actual. I guess it couldn't be. This was filed in 18. Yeah, I'm not sure all the years would be covered. But I guess that's up to them.
Yeah, well, they know that we had asked for several years because we are a church and we have been a church forever.
Okay, so
So I don't know.
I guess the question is, are you asking for a continuance pending the BRT determination, since that will?
Yes.
determine whether or not anything is due. And if anything is due, which years are due. So we don't know.
Okay, yes, that would be great, because I may hear as soon as tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow you'll only hear about either whether they're giving you a hearing or when that. hearing is.
Right.
You're not going to hear.
That won't be the resolution.
And
Yeah.
I don't know how long, I don't know what their hearing schedule looks like in terms of how far out they are.
Okay.
Well,
Ms. Rillo may-
okay, so can we do this? Can you have the hearing, and however the hearing goes, can you and the city council speak prior to us scheduling this again for another hearing if there's nothing we need that can be done before this board or this tribunal?
So we,
That'd be a best of everybody's time.
right, continued pending BRT determination.
Yes.
If
Party,
for some reason, if this gets rescheduled and you have not had your hearing, again, just let us know so we cannot schedule it.
Okay, so continue until outcome of BRT.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if for some reason this gets scheduled ahead again and BRT still has not heard your matter, please notify Ms. Andre as well as the city's attorney, Ms. Cirillo, on the matter.
And on the flip side, if you end up have a BRT hearing and still need a tax review board hearing, notify this office as well.
Okay, so I see Ms. Zerillo, that's the law department.
Yes.
And what number or email for you?
Sure, it's LAUREN.ZRILLO, just like it is right there on the screen. And then it's at phila, PHILA.gov, correct?
Okay, got it. And who else did you say? Okay, so that's city law department. And who else do you want me to call from?
Director Melissa Andre, the young woman that you handed your
Oh,
paperwork.
I'll give you
That's
my
from
card
the
on the
tax
way.
review board.
Okay,
So
perfect.
if you do get a BRT decision, just give me a call or shoot me an email and I'll know to schedule this case. But
Okay.
I also want to point something out. I'm not sure if we need a power of attorney. I understand that it's your father's property, but do you have a power of attorney or something that allows us to know that you can speak on behalf of the property, which we've been allowing you to do anyway?
Well, I do, yeah. I have something, but I have to put my hands on it, so.
Well, that's it, but should you come back, I think Ms. Andre's point is, should you come back before us for a hearing, please bring with you
Okay,
authorization that you have permission from your father. Is the property in your father's name, not the church's name?
okay. It's hard to describe. I believe the property was purchased by my parents, but it's also in the church name on the deed. So if that
Okay,
makes sense.
so we would need some document that just provides authorization for you to speak on behalf of the owners of the property.
Okay,
How's that?
okay, that's fine.
Notarized if it's not a formal power of attorney.
Okay.
Do we need to have any letter go out from us that corroborates what happened today? Or is today's testimony sufficient?
Well, we're going to grant a continuance. She'll get a
Right,
letter.
that's why I'm wondering if we need to have any,
Right, continued pending Board of Revision of Taxes determination.
right. And I didn't know whether we needed to have a letter go out or if it's just on the record here.
I assume she'll get a letter that's been continued pending the resolution before the Board of Revision of Taxes. I would concur with that, by the way.
Okay, okay. Other board members concur?
Dominique Board concurs.
George Matthews concurs.
And Nancy Cameron, I concur.
So I also, I was gonna say, I have to go to City Hall on Tuesday again to discuss this same matter. To let them know like a status of what's going on. So,
And who will you be meeting with at City Hall? Just to
I'll just, no, it's
have
like,
it on the record.
I have it, okay, wait a minute.
It doesn't have to be.
May 9th, no, I have it right here. May 9th. It is the city versus John Parker. And it's in reference to the taxes as well. So it's very.
What entity are you meeting with at City Hall?
I don't understand your question, I'm sorry.
Sounds like a court case, Nancy. It's the city.
A Court of Common Pleas case, Nancy.
Okay,
But it's in reference to the taxes.
Okay,
Okay,
We're continuing the matter for you today.
okay. All right, so you all will send me out a letter or whatever. Okay,
Absolutely.
thank
Yes.
you.
Okay, I'm gonna come out and give you my card as I go look to see if there's anybody else here.
Okay. thank
okay, fine. Thank you very much for coming in today.
You're
We look
welcome.
forward to hearing about the resolution or working with you on that
Okay.
resolution if we need to get back involved.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Here's my card.
Oh,
Bye
thank
now.
you. Thank you.
There is, I'm sorry, it is 2:48 PM and there is nobody else here at 100 South Broad Street and there's no one in the virtual waiting room.
And we have items 2 and 3.
Wait,
that have not-
wait, Lauren?
Yes, item number 3, I believe, I wasn't sure if she was going to appear today, but it's actually no action needed. She is in an active UPA agreement, so she wouldn't get any penalties and interest waived through an INP hearing.
But should we leave it open until that gets resolved?
It is resolved. I mean, she's in an active UPA agreement.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Decision would be
I
no
missed the
action
word
needed.
active before.
So I would concur with the no action needed.
Right.
I concur, no action needed.
No action needed. I concur.
Okay, and Nancy Camerdiner, I concur. So we'll mark that as no action needed for, and see, which one was that? Item number
3.
2 or
Three.
3? Item number 3. That's what I thought, but I wanted to double check it. Which is for Alice Adams, last 4 digits of the docket 4651. Property address is 1615 Ellsworth Street. Does the city have any information about our remaining item, which is item number 2 for Robert Sachs Jr., last 4 digits of the docket 4318, property address 3949 Stevenson Street?
No, I do not.
Have we received any information coming into the board, Melissa?
No, but I do know that at the last hearing, we had continued it for the petitioner to get paperwork to establish standing as the executor of the estate.
And since it didn't come in or contact us in reference to that, do we want to deny this for failure to appear, or how
Yes,
board members prefer?
denied for failure to appear.
George
Dr.
Matthews, I
Boyd concurs
concur.
with that.
Okay, George and Dominique said it simultaneously, and I will join in to add a denial for failure to appear. A letter should go out on that to confirm it. Is there anything else we need to do to address that item or any others that were on today's agenda? Nope, I'm getting shakes of head in a negative, and so seeing and hearing that this hearing is adjourned. Thank you all.
Everyone, have a good
Good
weekend.
night.
Bye now.
Take care.